the Somers Town Board regular meeting starting here at 7:10, Thursday, November 14th, 2024. Before we start tonight's meeting, we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Patty, let's start with a roll call here tonight.
Councilman William G. Faulkner.
Here.
Councilman Richard D. Clinchy.
Here.
Councilman Anthony J. Sirico.
Here.
Councilman Thomas A. Garrity Jr.
Here.
Supervisor Rob Scarano.
Here. All right. We're going to start off with public hearings. Make a motion to open up public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All right. First on the, Patty, publishing and postings for number 1.
That was published in the Somers Record on October 31st and posted on the town clerk's.
Great. Thank you so much. First up, public hearing for the extension of the Somers Consolidated Water District number 1 in the town of Somers, Westchester County, York, pursuant to Article 12 of the town law. Anybody here to talk about number 1? Okay, no one's here to talk about that. Make the motion to close out number 1.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Aye.
And then
So that was for Trailside.
for Trailside, correct.
Yeah, maybe we should say what it's intended for, right?
So
Go ahead.
that's as far as you can go. You can't adopt the resolution because we haven't concluded seeker yet.
Okay,
So as far as you can go,
that's-
that is just to close. the-
okay, great, perfect.
And the same will be true of the next one.
And the same will be true of the next one. Okay, thank you, Ron. All righty, number 2, Patty, publishing and postings for that, number 2.
That was published in the Journal News on October 31st and posted on the town bulletin board.
Right, so number 2, public hearing for the extension of the Somers Sewer District number 1 in the town of Somers, Westchester County, New York, pursuant to Article 12 of the town law. Again, that is for Trailside Estates. If anybody here to speak about that?
Which is up in Baldwin Place.
Up in Baldwin. Yes. If not, make a motion to close out number 2.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So move.
The interesting part of that one is when we do the resolution at a later time, it'll be contingent on the town applying to the county for entry into the Peekskill Sewer District. Because that's where the sewer flow would go.
Right.
To be treated. So the County Board of Legislators has to act on that at some future time.
Okay.
After you've adopted a resolution, then we'll probably be,
And we apply for that basically on behalf of the builder
yes, it has to be an application from the town, done it
Build.
before,
Got it.
and I'm preparing the paper now, get it done.
Right. Okay.
Anticipated January.
Pardon me?
Anticipated January.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. All right, let's move on to public comment. I'll make the motion, to open up public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Anybody here for public comment?
Of the 3 of you.
Of the 3.
Still
Welcome to say, welcome,
Hey,
welcome to the town.
Yeah, we just moved here.
All right,
Down.
if nobody's here for public comment, we'll make a motion to close out public comment.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
So move. Patty, department reports.
I have reports from the town clerk, building inspector, zoning board of appeals, plumbing, bureau of fire prevention, parks and recreation, planning and engineering, tax receiver and director of finance.
Thank you so much. Let's go on to the business of the board. Town board, to give a town board update here. As many of you may have seen, we approved it a couple months ago, a new antenna on top of town hall. We tried it out during the parade for our first responders. It worked flawlessly. So that is a good thing. So we got some use out of that already. And the second update here is the sidewalk on 202. Construction will begin again tomorrow, hopefully by mid next week. That you hoping, fingers crossed, is completed. And once that happens, we're gonna have a ribbon cutting ceremony and get them out there and teach them how to to go across the street with the crosswalk. So we'll be all good stuff.
All that concrete is all set though. It's not soft in any way.
No, it's all set. It is all set. They just have to finish up 2 of the sections.
There was, well, a couple middle school kids running up and down the other day. I said,
And-
I hope it's set.
No, it's all set. But
Technology in for the lights, right?
technology has to go in for lights. The pole has to go in. We need to get the electricians in to run the cables. And hopefully that's going to be taken care of in the next couple days. But they'll be out there again tomorrow working on the project.
That'd be great.
But that's the state, right?
That is,
The state is doing all that.
yeah, well,
New York State.
Gordian's doing the contracting work.
Mhm.
But that is, yeah, the state, that's on the state road. That was your question. All right, let's go to 2025,
Oh, man.
budget. Let's set the 2025 salaries for the elected official.
Hmm.
I'd like to make one change to this. Rob, we've discussed in years past that the supervisor is, basically the CEO of the town, the head of the town, should be the highest paid employee in the town. I know that's a big jump this year, so I'm not suggesting we do it in 1 year, but I'd like to bring it from 134, 834 that I see here for next year up to an even 140 for 2025, and then, discuss in next year's budget to maybe bring up the other part of it. So that's me, and obviously you don't vote on that, but in fact, I'll make a motion that you'll accuse yourself from.
Of course,
I'll make a motion that we accept the supervisor's salary for 2025 at $140,000.
I second it. I'd like to, we can explain why, but a couple of things
Go
to
ahead.
add.
Let me, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just, we did take a look at all other towns and, this is sort of like the median. So there's towns that are up here and they're down here. But given our size and what we're facing in the growth, I think it makes a lot of sense.
thank you, Tony.
And I think so too, for those two reasons, as the CEO of the town, and just gauging the market, I think this is a very fair next step.
Also, it's a little skewed when you look at a scale of other towns because the lowest are the ones that have the town administrator.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, those even higher.
Right, those.
Rob really serves that position too.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not against the number. I just want to sort of be, I guess, the devil's advocate. So if is the intent to always, no matter what salary anyone else has, the supervisor would only be $1 or more above that?
That's what I would look to do.
But I don't think we're there yet.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. I mean,
Right.
obviously, we're still a
Would there ever be a
low.
circumstance where someone who heads a department presents a case why they should receive a $25,000, increase for whatever reason, the town board for whatever reason says, okay, would that skew the number then? If that number was, then jumps the supervisor or other people in town? Would there ever be a circumstance when we wouldn't apply that as a general principle? Would it depend upon the individual circumstances at that time?
I would,
Just saying, if-
I would say it would depend upon in my opinion, since I'm the one who raised.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
I would say that there are different circumstances. We're not putting this, this is a comment that I'm making. I'm not making it as, putting it in there and saying, hey, he's always has to be.
That's what I'm
I
asking.
think right now, this is where we're at. I would highly doubt that we would ever have an instance where somebody would do something like that. But keep on, as we always say, Rich,
It's possible.
a new town board could do whatever they want.
Right.
Town board could come in and say, we want to lower it, or we want to do this, or we want to do that.
Yeah, I just, I always appreciate and respect your reasoning, and I know it's always thought out. And this is something we discuss in public, not in executive session or anything, which is the law. on it.
Right.
And so I just want to make sure I understand the thinking of the councilman here, that it's not part of the town code,
No,
not a principle set in stone. It's a general guideline that, of course, there can be circumstances that skew it.
Yeah, I mean, I also agree with that. So, but, it's like, it's not, I think it's a good idea to basically have a principle that aspire to. But I'll argue against that just a second. When I worked in a private setting, I had folks that were working for me that were making more money than me
Yeah.
because they were there longer, older, and very expert in their very precise field, you know? So,
Right.
you know, that does happen. But, you know, as we're at right now, I think this makes a lot of sense from a medium point of view and the conversation of next year, we can take that up.
And-
But I think it's something to consider.
But I will say this even further, Rich, is that we've been lucky since we've been on the board. We've had good supervisors. I've been dealing with Rob now for the last, you know, couple, 3 years, however long it's been, and always picks up the phone. He's involved in everything. I mean, you can ask him right now, what's going on in XYZ. Right off the top of his head, he's telling you where we're at. He's incredibly engaged. And I think he's doing a fantastic job. So from that standpoint, I think it's also warranted. You know, I'm not saying if there was somebody else sitting in the seat, I'd be saying this, to be honest with you. But I think right now, it's the proof's in the pudding, and what he does is he's doing a great job. Just a
Well,
great all-around job.
I'm not gonna make this a love fest, but, you know,
Oh, bring it on, guys. Come on, bring it on. Bring it on.
Stop.
you've done a great job. You've done a great job keeping it down together. You know, we've gone over the past couple of years. I mean, you know, there have been challenges, and you keep the community together.
I said it first.
And you've been doing.
I said it first.
Oh, there it is.
But anyway, so we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any against? Any recusals?
I recuse.
Okay,
Always wanted to do that.
we're done.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you all for the nice, kind words and,
Rob, I'll let you take over from here. All right?
thanks,
Go
buddy.
ahead.
Thanks. No, I appreciate that.
Surprising.
So, based on that, let me just do a couple quick numbers. I know that, so that's a change to the 25 tentative budget. So the increase in the supervisor personal services will go up, 5,166 and will offset by the increase in appropriated fund balance. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's move on to, B, C, and D here. We'll set the salaries here for the town board, superintendent of highways and the town clerk. We'll do all that in one. The town boards, if it gets, we approve it, with town board would be 15,889. Superintendent of highways.
Rob, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the only thing I wanted to say was, you know, I've been on the board now for going on 18 years, and we've had many years where we've taken 0. We've had years where we've taken,
Gotcha.
you know, 2 or 3%. You know, as opposed to the supervisor's salary, I would like to somehow codify this or do something where the you know, I'm not going to be here much longer. You know, I can't see being here much longer. But looking forward for others, it's uncomfortable. And Rich says the same thing. It's uncomfortable when you're voting on your own increase. It really is. I mean, you're giving yourself a raise, and you kind of go. But I know everybody up here works very hard. You know, it takes a lot of time to review the documents, to go over things, to have the meeting. You know, I can't tell you how many times, and I know Rob goes through it now, you're sitting at a ball game, you're trying to watch your kid play, and somebody gets your ear for 3 innings, and you didn't see your, you know, kid hit the triple. That said, I would like to somehow connect it to whatever the general raise is that's going out to the employees at all. You know, and I don't know how we do that. I don't know if we just do it from a, you know, a handshake and an agreement, or if there's some way we can do that, that whatever that raise is, it goes to, let's say, the other, you know, employees of the town, we get as well. That's where right now it's settling in at like the 3%, which is what most everybody else is getting. Again, we don't have to do that tonight, but it's just something that I'd like to think about, just so it takes the onus off everybody who feels uncomfortable. You know, again, we're not making tons of money, but it's uncomfortable when you're voting on your own salary.
Well, I would say, you know, we're talking $154 difference, but and the honor of the job is doing the work that people trust you to do. It is true. It sounds like such a cliche, but it's true. But I don't think that we can make that tie the hands of future boards.
I don't think we can, but
I'm not suggesting.
So-
I know, but but that's what I'm saying. So it's more like right now, what I'm saying is sort of as a
Practice.
practice is this is what I would like to do and sort of get it
Within
on the
this
record.
board anyway.
Yes, yeah.
I
New
don't-
board could come in and say,
They
you
can-
know, we want to give 10% to everybody.
Yep.
I don't think it should, my feeling, maybe Bill agrees with me. We've been on the same side of this issue several times. I don't think it should ever be higher than what the staff gets.
Correct. I agree.
You know, that's my feeling. And if it's zero, as you say, it was many years, that's fine too. But it should never be higher than what other people get,
100%.
even though, you know, it's not a lot of money.
I think it's also just helpful administratively. I mean, to your point, these dollars are rather inconsequential, and you're right. We're doing this for the honor of it, not for the budgeted salary. But if it's just tied to whatever everybody else gets, then that's one less thing we have to debate and discuss, right?
It is uncomfortable.
Parameter, and that takes the discomfort out of it, and the dollars are negative.
In the original Bill of Rights, there were 12, not 10. And one of the first two was Congress cannot raise its own salary, so they wouldn't do what we're doing right now. That was actually, it was not approved, but that was one of the first two amendments.
So
I will say one thing about the town board. I know it's sort of akin to a love fest here, guys, but you guys have been great. I mean, you guys. I know.
And how do we think about the town clerk, everybody?
not an easy,
Love it.
This
Don't
town-
sweetheart.
This
That-
town board goes above and beyond the call. I pick up the phone and call them. They pick up, and so which is great when you have a town board. Everybody works really well. We may not agree on everything, but this town board works really well together. And I couldn't be prouder or happier to sit up here with these four gentlemen every time. So during the week, and just the institutional knowledge that all of them have it's been great, you know, for the last 3 years. So you know, being at, you know, the 3% along with everybody else in the town with the wages, I think is it's been it's well deserved.
All right, love fest over. Let's get through the.
So that's there you
You show up, we just want to put on a good show for the two of you, you know?
Exactly.
Here, we got to say something.
okay.
And then let's talk about the superintendent of highways. Set his salary at 140, and then the town clerk we would set at 104,634. And those are the salaries for the town board, superintendent of highways, and town clerk. Patty, yes, you're awesome. You're awesome. You're awesome. And Nick does a fantastic job, as we know, as the the highway superintendent.
Sure.
The job that the highway department and Nick does, keeping everybody organized and paving and any other work that we have to do around town. And he's happy to have him. He's one of the best. So that all being said, let's move on
You
to,
have to make a motion on that?
yeah, I'm gonna have to adopt the budget, right? Adopt the budget with changes? No changes.
No.
So
Yeah, so
let's make a motion to adopt the salaries as presented.
Second,
with the change to the supervisor salary.
We already did that.
It's in there.
Oh, that's right. I already.
Yep.
That's right.
So for B, C, and D, motion to set the salaries as presented.
second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. We have no tentative, but we had to change it again? No, we just
Did
did.
you adopt the tentative?
No, okay, so number B, adopt 2025 tentative budget as 2025 preliminary budget. I'll make the motion to adopt.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Moved. And then let's make a motion here to schedule the public hearing for preliminary budget for December 5th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
So moved.
Just so,
Not right now. Nope.
just so that people do know, if you're listening, you know, you go through October with budget hearings and you have a sort of an idea of what the budget will be. That becomes a tentative budget, which then becomes a preliminary budget by law. And then in December, it has to be adopted as a final budget by the end of December. So changes can be made along the way. You try to get it right the first time, but you know, things can happen. So if you have a particular interest that you think we should represent, you know, bring it forward now, but it's not a final budget quite yet.
quite.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, number three, we're gonna remove that, Patty, number three, because we'll do that next week. And then for number four, Trailside Estates discussion, we're going to push A and B to one of our December meetings. And then C, schedule public hearing on proposed zoning amendments for our January 16th meeting.
You need a second on that?
Yeah, get a second on?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So move.
25.
So the second becomes the 9th?
The second becomes the 9th and the
Ninth
9th
becomes the 16th.
Correct, but we will set that in our, when we set the meetings forward in the January. So that will be. our first
Okay.
meeting.
Okay, so our first meeting would be the 9th.
Will be the 9th, correct.
All right.
Okay, number five, resolve that the town board hereby ratifies the supervisor's letter dated November 5th, 2024 to the Westchester County Planning Board in connection with the application for Trailside Estates, which letter was in response to a letter dated October 6th, 2024 from the chair of the Westchester County Planning Board regarding said matter. I'll make the motion to the town board to ratify the supervisor's letter.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. And then 6, award bid, regular building cleaning services for the library, parks and recreation office, police station, Van Tassel, as well as a weekly, monthly cleaning of the annex and townhouse in the amount of $54,504 from Ken Cow Maintenance Corporation per memo dated November 4th. From Denise Shermer, Secretary of Buildings Department. We went out to bid on that. Ken Cow was our current cleaning service. Are going to be awarded the bid again. They came back in. So I'll make the motion here to award the bid for the regular cleaning services.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is this a contract we signed with them for a year? 2 years? And is there any, that contract, I mean, this has been an issue in many buildings, as you know, we all know. Is there something in there where we can break that contract under certain circumstances that are listed in the contract?
But you mean for service?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's standards.
Yeah, I believe there is.
there's something in there, so it's
Yep.
at our discretion,
Well,
or for cause,
it would be for
Right,
cause.
right?
Yeah.
Not discretion, but for cause, reasonable cause.
Okay, yeah, we had a big discussion with.
Okay, as long as everybody's confident.
Yes. Authorize the supervisor to execute a 3-year software agreement for school and town tax collection, the lien program, water utility billing, and PAS property assessment system from Catalyst with the subscription start date of January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2026, and the amounts of year one, 11,926.08 prorated, year two, 17,452.95, and year three, 18,500.13 per email dated November 7th, 2024 from Tammy Saba, Junior Administrative Assistant. I'll make the motion to authorize supervisor to execute the 3-year contract.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, point 3.
Point 3.
Spot.
Spot. You don't like my spot?
I
like
like it.
it.
I like it. I like it. I never heard it.
All right, we do have one add-on here. And that is to authorize an additional 17,424 spot 91 for paving as related to the Route 202 crosswalk project. I make the motion to authorize supervisor to sign off on that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Oh, I was on an add-on agenda.
Yeah, there was
Add-on?
Did you get the email?
Well, I was
Should have.
busy today.
I know. Nothing in Parks and Rec, nothing for financial, nothing for highway. Personnel, there are current vacancies on the Affordable Housing Board. A 2-year term ending 7/11/2026, and the Assessment Board of Review, 1 5-year term ending 9/30/2029. And we do have a Library Board of Trustees coming up here, a 2 5-year term that is ending in 12/31/24. And then nothing for planning and engineering, nothing for police. Consensus agenda. I'd like to make the motion to approve as presented. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Move. Calendar coming up here. December 5th, 7 o'clock, town board work session. And a 2025 preliminary public hearing for the 2025 preliminary budget, and December 12th at 7 PM, a town board regular meeting. Okay. Patty, do you have fun facts today? But we have, after I read my, do you want me to read the announcements first, as soon as I can find them here?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, I have the announcements.
Yeah, all right, good.
There they are.
Yeah.
There.
Underneath. it.
Oh, there they are. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. All righty. Somers Energy Environment Committee is looking for new members. If you're interested in serving on that board, please contact Denise Shermer at somersny.com. The 6th annual Somers Track and Field Booster Club Turkey Trot, that's on Thanksgiving morning, Thursday, November 28th, 8 a.m., the 5K time trail race, and then 9 a.m., the 1 mile fun run walk, medals for all finishers. And that's at Somers High School, Lower Fields. Town of Somers holiday celebrations, Sunday, December 8th, Somers Townhouse, Elephant Hotel, front lawn at 3 o'clock. Nativities, scene dedication and blessing, 3 to 5. Photos with Santa right here in the meeting room. And at 5 o'clock, we have the Christmas tree lighting. And then
That's on the 8th?
that is on the 8th, sir.
Thank you.
And then Thursday, December 26th, we have the menorah lighting ceremony at 6 PM right here at the Elephant Hotel as well. The lights have gone up today. So we have the
Yeah.
lights are on the tree, and we have the lights around the building as well. So we're adding a few more. We have a couple surprises.
Ooh.
So we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Winter wonderland here in the town.
Without the snow, hopefully.
So again, I'd like to reiterate to everybody, precautionary measures during our dry weather conditions. Please be careful, right? There's, we had a brush fire.
Yes.
Tree came down on one of the power lines, caused a brush fire. Our first responders were spot on. They were there in time. NYSEG was there as well to shut down the power. Yeah, they did a fantastic job putting out that fire, but please be careful with outdoor fire pits. I would refrain from using them. Please-
Oh, no, don't refrain, there's a burn ban. Don't use.
We've always had a burn ban in the town. I think we've had, but there is a burn ban. So it's getting serious. We haven't had any rain. We haven't had any,
No solo stoves.
no solo stoves, right? Extinguishing your cigarettes outside, fireworks, anything that can cause a fire, guys. I mean, it's
It's that dry.
Yeah.
and then DEC has issued a statewide burn ban until November 30th.
Right.
So this burn ban prohibits the starting of outdoor fires statewide. So there we go. So no outdoor fires proposed for brush or debris disposal, as well as uncontained campfires, open fires used for cooking, backyard fire pits, and contained campfires less than 3 feet in height or 4 feet in length. So I would enjoy the inside, watch some football, watch some TV. I know it's nice to be out there, but the weather's been cooperative, so we really don't need to have the fires. Northern Westchester Joint Waterworks voluntary water restriction notice. I sent out something on social media. You can go on our website or to the Somers Town Supervisor Facebook page. You can see the Northern Westchester Joint Waterworks restriction notice there. Local food pantries. We are getting into the holiday season. St. Luke's Episcopal Church, 331 Route 100. The pantry is open every Friday from 1:30 to 3 o'clock. We have a community center for Northern Westchester holiday food drive. It's going on now. That's 84 Bedford Road in Katona. They need frozen turkeys, turkey breasts, roasted chickens, anything you can think of for the holidays. The Holidays on the Hill annual train show, and that is Saturday, November 30th, 2024 through Sunday, January 5th, and that is at Lasden Park, and that is 2610 Amawalk Road in Katona, right here.
Route
So-
35.
Route 35. I don't know why it's
Take it
there.
easy.
That is it for me. Patty, fun fact.
Da, 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 da.
Fact or facts or
Okay, on this day in history, in 1988, St. Andrew's Golf Course opened in Yonkers with just 6 holes. I don't know what the hell they were doing opening on November 14th.
Play three twice.
Why there's only got cold.
Summertime in Ireland.
No. Well, this is in Yonkers.
I know.
What's to the south?
On this day in 1896, Niagara Falls Power Plant began its operation, making a pivotal moment in history with energy production and transmission. Harnessing the immense power of the falls, engineers transformed natural force to electricity, lighting up Buffalo for more than 20 miles.
Yep.
And our wonderful Somers Tuskers will square off against the Rye Garnets at 6 p.m. tomorrow night at Mayapack High School. Both teams are undefeated. Now, what's a garnet? Some people say it's a precious stone, but it's also a sweet potato or a yam.
Yes, if you're,
There you.
Let's guess who the Tusker is up
Yeah.
there.
if you're thinking about going to the game, you need to buy tickets in advance. So they're, you
It'll
can
be
buy
packed.
Yeah.
about $8, I think, with $1.40 surcharge. Just did it a little. while ago.
There's a
Oh,
game at 3 o'clock with Tuckahoe in it right before it,
Correct.
so there'll be people, the parking lot will be, it's
Parking lot will be
Yeah.
packed.
gonna be a heck of a game.
Um,
A good game.
big implications for the remaining of the playoffs. So big game.
Some are saying it's a state championship.
Some are
Some are saying.
some are saying that.
Right.
Go
It comes out.
Are you one of them, Rich?
Pardon me?
Who's saying that?
Some people in
Some
Rye and
people are, all right.
some people in Somers.
All right,
Yes.
gotcha.
You can't listen to everything Gar says.
There's been some real great football. I got to tell you, Somers, it's been a lot of fun. Been a lot of fun. Better than the professional stuff that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'd just like to say, Monday was a very successful Veterans Day. Hopefully a lot of people
Very
got
good.
out to see it. The
Great.
town hosted it, and Kate O'Keefe from the Lions Club and chairman of the Veterans Committee did so much to put together, and it was really spectacular. That and happy Thanksgiving. As you can probably tell by the calendar, it's very late this year, and our tree lighting is a little bit late this year. So if Christmas is always coming kind of fast, it's going to come even faster this year.
True.
It's late.
True.
So I'd like to second that on Kate O'Keefe. She's done an outstanding job, and
She is.
wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, anything?
Everybody said what I was gonna say, so I'll say happy Thanksgiving and have a good night.
Rich?
Game, but you got to it.
Go Tusk.
Yeah, well, it's football continues. Monday starts winter sports, matter of fact. We're talking about sports. And also what happened this week is the second time in American history a president was elected twice
Both.
and not consecutively. The last one was Grover Cleveland in 1884 and 1892. And Grover Cleveland, the Baby Ruth candy bar, was not named after Babe Ruth. It was named after his daughter Ruth. And so that's why I called it Baby Ruth. And Grover Cleveland Alexander, great Hall of Fame pitcher, was named after President Grover Cleveland.
Wow.
There's today's fact. It's not that much fun, but it is a fact.
That's a good fact.
They are history.
Thank you.
So just last a little bit, just wish my dad a happy birthday tomorrow.
Oh,
And then
So,
happy birthday, Hollywood. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Linda.
yeah, Linda. I heard.
And then again, everybody, happy Thanksgiving. So make the motion to adjourn tonight's board meeting.